Hi, my name's Ben Bristow and I'm the lead DJ instructor here at Point Blank Music School, and this is a short tutorial showing you some of the new features of the new Rekordbox software. Now, regular users of Rekordbox are going to notice a lot of changes in this new version, Rekordbox 3. They've changed the layouts, they've added lots of cool new features which allow you to sort through your music more quickly and just improve your workflow. Now, one of the first changes that I've noticed, which is a really good addition, is the fact that you can now view more than one deck and play tracks at the same time. So if I click up here, at the moment I can only view one track, but if I click here, then I can show two players. So if I drag and drop another track into this deck, I can actually play two tunes at the same time, and I've got this crossfader here, which I can alternate between the two tracks, so you can actually preview mixes in Rekordbox, which is a really useful function. Also, playing tracks is generally easier, so if I want to preview a tune, I don't have to actually load it into a track player. I can just click on it, and then I've got a kind of needle drop function where I can just skip through the track, so I can actually play it from the collection or from a playlist. So it's a really useful function, quickly just assessing what a track is. It's also added new view features, so you can view it so that you can see half the artwork, which is this setting here, or if I want to see the entire artwork, if I click that, it will show up the full artwork. So if I go to a track where I've got the artwork on it, you'll see that a bit more clearly. So here you can see I've got the full artwork displayed, whereas if I click like that, you only see the top part of it. Another cool feature they've added is matching tracks. So if I have previewed a mix and I think that they are good together, the two tracks, if I've got them both loaded into the two decks here and I click match, that means that I can then find tunes that match the other track, so based on various different criteria. So at the moment I've got these two tunes, so if I click on one of them, if I click on this tab here, which is show related track list window, basically, you click on that and you've got settings, so you can customize the criteria that it's going to match tunes by. So if I click here and I actually select matching and click OK, you can see any tunes that I've previously clicked match will show up on this section here, so I can quickly find tunes that relate to others. So you can do that via BPM. So if I go to customize again, change it to BPM or key, you can choose tracks that fit or are the same BPM or key. So it's a very useful function for quickly finding tracks. Another cool function they've added is the fact that you can view multiple playlists at the same time. So these windows here allow you to put playlists into them so that you can always see them. So you can see here I've already got hip hop house, so if I wanted to start from afresh, if I go remove from palette, I might want to see my hip hop playlist, so I'll drag it from playlists into one of the sections here, and then I might also want to view my breaks playlist at the same time, so I can drag the breaks playlist in. So it means it's very useful because you can drag and drop tracks in and out of different playlists and copy them over, so it's a good way of keeping things organized. Now, the other cool function they've added is that you can now customize your cue points in that you can name them and color code them. So let's say I want to set a cue point on this track. I'll find the drop, for example. So I'll play it. So I'll find the point where I want the cue point. Press Q. Now if I press memory here, it adds that here. Now obviously just seeing what time point that cue point is at is not particularly useful. I mean, obviously it has its benefits, but it will display that. But if I want to actually name it, so I'll click into the section on the right hand side, call it the drop. Now I've got it labeled, so I know exactly what that is and I know where it occurs. So I can also color code that. So if I press Control and left click, it comes up with a color palette and I can actually color code it. So you could have red meaning the drop, green meaning a breakdown, and so on. It's also got a waveform color display option, which is very useful. So if I click back to single track mode, here next to that track you've got menu that comes up which gives you the option to change the waveform color. So RGB, when you've got it set to that, you've got different colors meaning different frequencies. So bass is represented by the color red, mid frequencies are represented by the color green, and the higher frequencies are represented by the color blue. So that is obviously very useful because you can look at the tune and roughly assess what the track does. Another feature that they've added is similar to Tractor in that you can jump through the track in defined amounts. So up here at the moment it's set to 4 beats, and these controls let you jump forward or back by 4 beats while the track plays. So let's say I set it to 8 bars. Now if I'm playing the tune and I click that, it's going to jump ahead by 8 bars exactly. So it's quite useful for jumping through tracks. If you want to quickly skip ahead by several phrases, you could set it to 8 bars and then it would let you skip via phrases as opposed to just individual beats. So as you can see, the new Rekordbox is very versatile. It's got lots of cool new features, allows you to sort things much more accurately than the previous versions. So keep your eyes peeled for the next tutorial where I will be going through some of these functions in a lot more detail. Thanks.